If you're looking for a brokerage change, then this video is one that you're not going to want to miss. Today, we're going to talk about LPT Realty and the top 10 questions that we get asked here so that you can be informed on your next move. Let's get into it. My name is Andrew. Of course, you can call me Mongo, and I'm a real estate team leader right here at LPT Realty. Recently swapped over from eXp Realty last year, and these are going to just be 10 frequently asked questions that we get and 10 common questions just about everybody asks, or at least some of these everybody asks before they move to a new brokerage, because I want you guys to be informed. If you are interested in moving to our brokerage, all of my information will pop up on the screen. You can give me a call, text, email, message me on DM, however you want to get a hold of me, and we can definitely set up a chat. The very first question that we get asked, and probably the most common question that we get asked, is what is the commission structure? What does it look like? So first and foremost, we have several different pathways you can go here at LPT Realty. Part of the reason, in fact, that was probably the biggest reason that I moved my entire team over here, and I got a resounding yes from every member on my team once they saw the structure. And that is because it offers an agent a 100% option as well as a traditional split option. So the 100% option is you pay $500 as a transaction fee for about 10 transactions, depending if you're on a team or how your transactions are split up. But once you pay in $5,000 with LPT Realty on that plan, you're done for the year. You're capped. So none of this $16,000, none of this $21,000, or whatever the numbers are at some of the other brokerages. That eliminates that portion there. So that's why it's called the brokerage for life model. And the next pathway you can take is an 80-20 split with a $15,000 cap. So the agent keeps 80 and they pay in 20% into company dollar until they are capped at $15,000, and then you don't pay again the rest of the year. Now in this one, you can build a downline. You can build a rev share team, start making some residuals from the company for the agents that you bring into the company. So it gives you a little bit more incentive. But here's the cool thing. You can still build a downline on the $500 per transaction model, the 100% model, and then swap over to the other one if you would like. Let's say maybe you bring a team on and you want to go ahead and swap over. You can swap over at any time. And while you're on the 80-20, you can also go back. So if you're at a different point of your career, maybe you decided you wanted to try the rev share portion and it just wasn't for you. You wanted to go back and make a little bit more money on real estate. Understandable. They allow you to swap one time per year or any time in your first year. Question number 2, are there any monthly or annual fees? Yes and no. Mainly no. So there is no monthly fee. There's absolutely no technology fee or office fee or any of that stuff. But there is a one-time $500 E&O insurance on your first transaction. So instead of them charging you monthly for this E&O insurance, they're doing it one time for the entire year, and then you don't have to worry about it again. The third question I get is how are expenses like advertising and marketing handled? So LPT does provide certain things to us. They do radio, ads, TV, sports events. In fact, we've even got a bunch of billboards and stuff out here with our face on them. It is automatically done through the AI system because it is good for the company as well that they want to feature the local agents. So all of that's handled on LPT's dime. Any other additional marketing, advertising, or anything that you want to do is on you. However, we do have a lead flow program where if you need leads or you want to get company leads, there is an option for that. I'll talk about that at the very end, so make sure you stick around for that. And of course, if this has been helpful to you at all, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out, and I would really appreciate it. Number 4 in the frequently asked questions category is, what kind of training do you guys provide for newer agents or experienced? And a great question. So for the newer agents, we have a 12-week roadmap program that they go under, as well as what's called Agent Power Up. Now, what Agent Power Up is one-on-one mentorship and one-on-one mindset and productivity training. I don't have any of my agents on it here because I do run a team and I do all the training myself. So if you join a team, you don't have to go through this, but I am hearing outstanding things from the agents that I've brought on that are in the program. Now, it does come with a cost, so please keep that in mind that it is a 50% referral while you're in this program until you close 3 deals. But guys, from what I'm hearing, it is well worth it. These agents are coming in, and that 87% failure rate that's happening is not really happening on our side at near the level that I see it at other brokerages. Now, I don't have actual stats for the entire company, so I can't say that company-wide, but just from personal experience from the ones that I know that are in it, they have been very, very satisfied with the program. Now, for everybody, this includes new agents and experienced agents, you can do any of the training that they have. And there's training going on almost every single day. Some of it is live, some of it is with industry experts, others are with our CEO and founder, others are with mega team leaders. I mean, it is ridiculous the amount of training that goes on here. In fact, it's almost too much, right? So you can definitely get lost in this training loop. The training is on point. A lot of the people that have moved over to this brokerage in the short amount of time that it has been open has been the early adopters. And a lot of times early adopters tend to trend a little bit on the technological side and, the forefront of everything. So we're getting a ton of people coming into this organization that have very, very, very rare specialties that have not caught attention in the, normal space of real estate. So the training has been outstanding, and I'm definitely satisfied with that. So if you guys are looking for great training, then LPT Realty's got it for you. And number 5, what marketing and lead generation does LPT provide? So there are a lot of options here. First and foremost, as you can see right here on my right, this is the proprietary product that LPT Realty has here. It's got, I don't even remember how many pieces, like close to 200 different pieces of print marketing to include one of these little door hangers or sign writers that you can throw on. They text this. This is an actual property, pictures of the property. This gets to your door within 48 hours of you listing a new home. And you do not have to pay for this. You just pay for the shipping and it's out the door for you. It's got thank you cards and business cards and door hangers and postcards. It's got a ton of stuff in here so that you can use that to help create more business and create more buzz around your listings. Now, inside of the same product that you get this at, you have options to do digital campaigns, mailer campaigns if you want to do just sold, open house campaigns, and they do everything. They print it and they send it out the door, and it is way cheaper than most companies that we've been using. So that has been a blessing for us personally on this real estate team. I already mentioned the billboards and TV and all of that great stuff. Well, one product that they have that pairs with that is what's called Desi. Desi is LPT's proprietary AI, and this thing is incredible. It takes your headshots, your logos, it creates 20, 30 different types of business cards and signs and open house signs and just anything you can imagine. This is also where you will update it to get your billboard. So if you were looking to get your face on a big, beautiful billboard, that is how you would do it. Desi picks it out. I think it's seemingly by random. I'm not 100% sure how they do that portion of it. I just know we have a few up here in town. And that part's kind of cool. It doesn't really bring in direct business to us. It doesn't seem like, but it is fairly new for us. I think we've only been on a billboard for about a month or so time will tell on that. But, it's always kind of cool. And you can, show your friends your nice, big, beautiful billboard. So that's kind of awesome. And then as far as lead generation, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but they do have lead generation directly through Zillow. In fact, I believe they are currently the most paid Zillow customer right now. Like they're paying the most for that. And then they also have homevalue.com bringing in leads. And they've got leads from other sources as well. And those are going directly to the agents so that they can help boost their business. And the leads have been pretty good so far. And the flow has been very steady as well. In just a matter of about 2 weeks, I got about 12 leads that were all pretty solid. I believe we closed 2 or 3 of them. I'd have to go back and look at the exact numbers, but the lead flow is fairly good. You do have to, again, have some sales underneath your belt at LPT before they will open that up, as well as some training. But again, we'll talk about it in a minute. Number 6, does the real estate brokerage provide a CRM? Yes. So currently they are offering Chime and they are looking at trying to get Follow Up Boss. I think we're a couple of weeks away. It sounds like they're negotiating a deal with that. So you can kind of choose your option or pair with both for a small fee. But outside of that, you don't need to pay anything. Chime is a very robust CRM system. For those of you that haven't used it, you can do just about anything you want in there. It's got everything from, your website, your basic CRM. Well, it's actually a pretty advanced CRM. Auto emails, campaigns, smart programs, and you can also buy leads directly through there if you're looking for seller ads, you're looking for Facebook, Google pay-per-click, Bing. The list goes on and on, guys. There's a ton of different options in the marketplace there, as well as some additional products that you can get from them, like them running your social media for you and things like that. Now, all of these would be paid out of your pocket. This is not something that LPT provides as a paid service, but if you wanted to pick one of those up, it's just as easy as a click of a button to start getting leads into your CRM, and that's pretty amazing. Number 7 is, what is the culture like and how does a brokerage help its agents become successful. So culture is a huge thing for me, especially as a team leader. I understand culture can make or break a team, and a massive brokerage like this is no different. Even though they're the fastest growing brokerage that does exist here in America, as far as I'm aware, it's 4,000 plus agents in 15 months, and they only opened in one state originally. So, of course, we're opening more now, but just growing rapidly. And that's because the model is so strong. But the culture is very good too. Even you can go into any of our Facebook groups that we have. They are open to the public. It doesn't matter what brokerage you're in. And you can see the kind of information that's being passed back and forth, the training that's being passed back and forth, just the overall collaboration that's happening is absolutely phenomenal. Some of the trainings that we're going through, people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for, and these folks are coming on, they're not selling anything, and they're giving the gold in these, in these forums and in these Zoom meetings that we're in. It is absolutely incredible. Even though it is a cloud-based brokerage, which generally you kind of like lose a little bit of that closeness with your brokerage, it really doesn't feel like it. It's absolutely amazing. I really like the culture here, so I'm not going to beat that dead horse, but I think that's very important, and I think they're nailing it. Number 8, how many agents are affiliated with your brokerage? We just talked about this super briefly. A little over 4,000 agents was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that was in 15 months. So, I don't know how many we're at now, 4,100, 4,200 if I had to take a wild guess. But again, in just 15 months. I don't remember the exact stats for some of the other major brokerages, but I do remember that most of them took years and years and years, sometimes even decades to get to our level of how quickly we've grown. Now, part of that is because the model is so strong. People see it, and it's a stronger model than most things that are out there. And then part of it is the leadership. It's the culture. It's kind of a little bit of everything. And it is spreading very quickly, which is always awesome for us to see as members of LPT Realty. And number 9, what does the brokerage support look like? This is always a touchy subject going to a new brokerage, especially a cloud-based one. There's always a little bit of a disconnect. But LPT's nailing it. I'm actually very, very surprised, especially for how young it is and how new it is. I was expecting support to be kind of a crap show, you know what I mean? But it has been very good. I've already had one commission dispute that the brokers jumped on immediately. Within an hour, they were already on the other agent, going through it. Basically, an agent didn't want to pay our side. They just decided it wasn't worth it or what have you. But they fixed it. Everything was good. Very quickly, the support tickets in general, if you're going to submit a ticket, send an email or phone call somebody or text somebody. It is very easy. Just ridiculously simple, and they answer very, very quickly. They try to answer within 10 minutes, but they never take more than an hour to respond back to you when you are submitting a ticket. And of course, you can always email somebody directly if you know who you need to contact, or of course, call or text as needed. All right, number 10 is on lead generation again. How does a company push out leads to its agents? Well, first and foremost, like I said earlier, they're doing a very big spend on Zillow. In fact, we had one of the major Zillow directors at our first conference. They were up there explaining, hey, you guys are our biggest account right now. So if you do like Zillow leads, they are, no matter what you feel about them, they are available to you. You do have to close 3 properties at LPT Realty before you'll open that up. And then you do need to go through some of their training because they want to make sure these leads are not being wasted. They are spending a tremendous amount of money for this. On top of the fact that they're doing lunch and learns and helping pay for office space for some folks if they want to make it a franchise office. There's a ton of cool stuff that they're doing. It's very interesting right now because they're giving the great products and the great everything of a mass scale brokerage, like an EXP, a Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, ERA, stuff like that. They're giving services like that, but it feels like a much smaller community, right? Like just the fact that we can go and talk to somebody immediately, get our questions answered right away has been really good. It feels very boutique in that aspect. But then with all the great services, which is really, really cool. So the lead flow is fairly strong. We were only on it for a couple of weeks. The disadvantage on our side is I am a team leader, so all the leads have to funnel through me, and then I've got to funnel them out to the other agents. And that's why we turned it off personally. But while we were on it, we were there about 2 weeks. We got 12 or 14 leads. I can't remember the exact number. And I think we closed 2, 3, or 4 of them. These are leads that are ready to go, guys. These are as bottom of the funnel as they can get. They're going, hey, I've narrowed it down to these 2 homes. Can we go see them? Yes, I still suggest, just like you see on my channel, a buyer consultation. However, if you wanted a Pop-Tart and you wanted to run out there and go show a property, it is kind of an easy sell that way. That's a business decision on your end. I don't like doing the Pop-Tarting myself, but it is very good, especially for newer agents or agents maybe that might be struggling. I know the market has a lot lower sales than we were expecting this year, so it is hurting a lot of agents. I'm hearing it left and right. I understand that this is a great way to get some extra leads in there. And if I'm being completely honest, at least here in our area, the lead price has been extremely good. Like our average lead price, I think, is like $800,000, and we are at a $410,000 average price point here. So kind of cool there. I don't know if that's by design or if that was just luck of the draw with the 12 to 14 leads or so that we got, but that's how the lead distribution works. It does kind of round robin throughout that area. They call you, they're generally live connecting you most of the time. So you're talking right there, you're sitting at your office, you're, prepping for an open house, your phone rings, you pick it up, this person's ready to go, you do a consult with them, you go out the door, you put them under contract, life is good. So of course there is a fee with that. You do pay additional money to the brokerage. It's how they obviously can keep this going because the cap's so low, they wouldn't be able to provide this on your cap without getting anything else in there or getting any other funds from that. So those are the 10 frequently asked questions. As I mentioned earlier in the video, if you are curious about moving to LPT or just having a conversation about it, as you can kind of tell from my demeanor, I'm not a pushy salesperson or anything. I'm just going to give it to you like it is and be upfront and honest with you. If this is helpful to you, great. If you like real estate tips and tricks and things like that, there's a subscribe button down here. If you click that, a little bell will come up. If you want to ding that little bell, it will notify you every single time I do a video. And about 80%, 90% of my videos are straight information, straight things that I have learned that I'm just passing off information. And then every once in a while I do a video like this because I do want to spread the word about LPT Realty because, well, I'm just very satisfied. I thought my last brokerage was going to be the only brokerage I'll ever work at again. And then this model came across my desk and I was like, oh, this is so much better for my agents. It's so much better for just everything in general. It's like they've cut out the fat of some of the other brokerages that are out there. So we took the dive and decided to go with it. So if you're curious about it, all my information on the screen. You can DM me on social, call, text, email. If you do call, you will get my admin at first, but we will set you up with a Calendly link or put you on my calendar for us to chat for a little bit. So that's all I've got for you guys this week. I appreciate you guys watching. And of course, if you haven't hit that like button, do it. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.